I'm Stephanie,
Hello, I'm Kelvin, and
and we're
we're
the
the
Greens. We're
Greens.
the Greens, and this is our YouTube channel that we're starting together, where we talk about relationships, whether and what mm, we talk about everything from our relationships to the shows we like, anything of interest to us, and we'd love to get y'all opinion back too. So we're gonna start by first saying that we're a married couple. We got married this year,
Hmm.
May the 26th, 2018. And what else, babe? Should talk about how we first met.
And and how we first met, it was a blessing in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
So, our friends, uh,
And look straight into the camera, yeah.
yeah. So Stephanie's best friend and my friend are the reason why how we crossed paths with each other.
Yes.
So the first few months was a long distance relationship that I'm from Houston and my wife here is from Eagle Lake.
Yes.
So so we started out a long distance phone relationship for the first 4 or 5 months. So we talked every night, and so you guess you can say our first date came about 2 years ago on March 5th, 2016. So so I met this wonderful, beautiful, vivacious young lady.
Oh, thank you, baby.
So I met her, and it was, basically it was like a breath of fresh air. So, doing the long distance phone conversation at the time, so we start discussing, what we like or what we do for a living.
And pause. I think that's very important in a relationship to discuss like things you like, things you don't like. What is your interest? And we found out we liked the same things. We both brought up in church. We both had desire to want to have kids, desire to want to be married. So that is very important when dating someone to discuss that, because a lot of times people get in relationships and they don't discuss it, and then one might want to have a kid and one
Mm-hmm.
don't. One probably want marriage and one don't. And so I
Mm-hmm.
think that's very important to discuss before y'all even get in a relationship, so you don't have to wonder, oh, is he going to propose, do he want marriage, do he want kids? If y'all discuss that first off, then you won't have no bumps in the road.
And that is absolutely correct right there. And upon the long distance relationship, the phone conversation before we initially met for the first time. So when I asked my wife what she do in her spare time, she says go to church. So I was like, okay, that's a plus right there because I was brought up in church as well too. So that was a plus right there. And then when she said that she's a Sunday school teacher, so I'm like, okay, that's another plus right there because my mother was a Sunday school teacher when I was in my teenage years as well too. And so my wife, taking care of our niece and nephews. So I was like, okay, that's a plus though. And so that all falls under the category of babysitting. So I'm like, okay, cool, because I used to babysit though in my teenage years though with my mama's sister's kids though. So nothing wrong with that. And I say her dad and my dad, they both the same age and they both are so much alike in certain aspects. So I was just like, okay, this is a plus right here as well too. So and then she got a job, got her own place, Miss Independent. So I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like, okay. So I'm like, nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm willing to give it a try. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
So that, and which it was a good thing though because that's what attracted me to my wife as well too. You know, not just looks and personality, but her heart. Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes a lot of people get so caught up in the looks and in the beauty and all, but I mean, that goes for anybody, a man or a woman. You can have all the the vivacious looks. You can have all the personalities.
Mm-hmm.
You can have all the good in the world, but if you have a stank attitude, that throws off your appearance and all. And then if anybody just acting rude, acting mean, even on their best day,
Mm-hmm.
that I mean you're not attractive like that though. And let the truth be told though. So we say tell the truth to shame the devil.
Yes. Yes.
But for me as a man, a beautiful a woman can have all the killer looks and all, but if you have a bad attitude and all, that is not ladylike. I mean, that's gonna you're gonna
Be a turn off.
you got a big turn off for a man,
Yeah.
because don't no man wants to be around that negative energy and all.
Mm-hmm.
But however, I mean, it was, like I said, it was a blessing in disguise with my wife and all. And we've dated for 2 years. We in a relationship for 2 years before we got married. And before then, we was having phone relationship though for 4 or 5 months. And then
we
March
met.
5th,
Was our first
2016 was our first date.
Mm-hmm.
And it was out of sight first date.
Yes.
So when we first had the initial meet, so I mean, it was love at first sight. So first date, so we got to
Meet.
we meet, talk, and I enjoyed I enjoyed the atmosphere.
And me, it was kind of like, how on my end, I was like nervous. We met up, and I'm like, ooh, he is cute. And then we first date went to Craven Cajun,
Mm-hmm.
great restaurant in Katy, and we talking, and I was like, oh, I know I'm feeling him, and I'm like, is he feeling me? And then when he mentioned about, I said, oh, I guess our second date could be improv. I was like, oh, he too feeling me, because if a man not feeling you, they're not gonna be talking about a second date. So that was a plus, and it made me smile, and we just hit it off. We really hit it off. And before that, we were doing glide. We're doing glide videos and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually met up after 5 months, and the rest is history. And fell in love, got engaged, got married. Now we're trying to work on kids. And what I would tell anyone is to be patient. And that's what I'm learning from myself too, because
Mm-hmm.
we want it to happen so fast, and we all know it's on God's timing
And his purpose.
and his purpose. So that's what we're trying to do. So we want y'all to follow us on our journey as we try to become parents.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna give y'all the good, the bad, and the ugly of the struggle, but it's been wonderful. It's been a process, trying to have a baby, and we hope to be able to tell y'all we're expecting, and to give y'all a scoop on the journey on that. So yes.
And to get some more feedback on this as well too, to piggyback on it. So, I mean, I can go on and on about it though, but my family, loved her, adored her, and all. And my father personally, he was feeling my wife, and he already spoken into existence that my wife was going to be his daughter-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time if I'm on the phone, my dad will come to me talking about, is that my daughter-in-law on the phone? And he'll be like, or he'll be like, tell my daughter-in-law I said hello.
Mm-hmm. And my family loved him too. My mother and my father. My mother fortunately passed last year, and she loved him. Before it was even in stone, she was like, my good-looking son-in-law. I'll tell my son-in-law hello. It was just, my mother really loved him, and it's really important, that I'm glad that my mother got to see him, know him, be around him, feel his spirit, and to know that he's a mom approved. That's what made it all special too, because a lot of people, and that's why I say I'm blessed. You know, even though my mother passed, I'm blessed that my mother got to see my fiance, get to know him, feel his spirit, and to get that approval from her that she loved him just as much as I loved him, and that's important. So for your mom to be still alive and get to, she didn't get to see the big day, but she knew it was coming. She got
Yes.
to see me in my wedding dress, and before it was in stone, she was my son-in-law. So my family loved him and still love him, and yeah.
Yes, indeed. Oh, well, because yeah, I just remember what goes back to April 24th of 2016 when we finally, me and my wife made it official. We started our relationship on that particular day. That we have posted our video, not videos, I'm sorry, our pictures. I'm sorry. Well, we had posted our pictures on Facebook, and so upon doing that, then well, I mean, you will see all the love and
Yes,
comments.
it was a lot of
It was
love.
all over the place. I'm talking about all the likes, all the comments. It was taking all over that on that particular day on them pictures and all.
Yes.
So I remember my mother commented on there and said who is she and where she come from. Well, which I find it was just very funny that she said that, because you know my mother, she never thought her oldest child, which is the man you're looking at right now, that my mother did not expect that coming, that her oldest son would be in a relationship. So with that said, my mama, finally felt her spirit as well too, and my mama loved my wife. I mean, they have a mother-in-law and daughter-in-law relationship like no other, and I could just truly say for my baby brother, I mean, my sister-in-law has formed a relationship with my baby brother, and he's autistic and all. So my baby brother loves my wife. So I mean, they got that kind of relationship. Can't nobody break a brother-in-law and sister-in-law relationship, and which I'm truly proud of that. I'm truly thankful for it, and and to knowing though that maybe one day, if I go before my wife do, or my dad goes before either one of us, or if I go before my wife, at least I'll know my brother will be he'll be taken care of though, because I mean personally I'm iffy about who my brother staying with though, but if it's not me, if it's me and my wife ain't taking care of my brother, then we ain't letting him go with anybody else. So, but like I said though, I mean this has been a a 2 year relationship though that we've been in, and I would rather say longer though, because we've been knowing each other since since
2015.
2015 though. This is right the last week of November, sometime after Thanksgiving break or something. Though it was probably somewhere around there. But however though, I mean we're thankful. God have was working behind the scenes though, and through other people though that allowed that He allowed us. But like I said, I mean
And made me, and how you know it's God. We went to a birthday party, and this guy's like, "How did y'all meet? Y'all on two different sides of the train tracks." And it's so true, because if our mutual friend have not intervened, we would have never met. We would never bumped into each other at all. I'm a
Yep.
country girl. I didn't drive out to Katy or anything like that, so we would never met. We would never cross paths. So that's how
That's
you
right.
know nobody but God did this.
Most definitely on that. Yep. So with that said, so we still so I mean I've been able to meet my wife's side of the family, and you know, everybody's pretty cool though. So I see firsthand though that my wife's side of the family though, they are very the tight knit family. You know, they always stick together, very close. So which is cool. I mean, which that's a plus right there, because you know they say family always supposed to stick together though.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I mean, you got some families don't even do that.
Yeah.
They always, up and down on each other's throats and stuff. You know, dysfunctional families and stuff. But because there are times though that like I said, on my side of the family, on my mother's side of the family, they. So as far as, but on my mama's side of the family, we're very close. Yeah, we're close. I mean, that's the side of the family I grew up around, and yes, just like any family, where yeah, we gonna fuss, we gonna fight, but in the end, though, we still love. Because that's what God is.
Yep.
God is love, and
what we want y'all to take away from this channel, this is a channel where we're gonna laugh, play, talk about every topic under the sun that we could think of, especially dealing with what we're going through, how cause we still newlyweds, how being a newlywed is, how marriage life is. And if you have questions for us in anything, and then our journey into trying to become pregnant. So we're going to take you through all the journeys that we're going through, and we're going to also talk about TV shows that's of our interest. So this is the Greens, and until next time,
we're the Greens.
We're the Greens. Signing off.
All right, take care, my wonderful people. So be blessed and highly favored. The Lord be with you and always with you. Peace out.